Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is KD Sanders of the Nspire International Media Network with your KD's Uplift moment for today. You know how preachers say, I don't know who this is for. That's like a popular saying that a lot of preachers and leaders use. But guess what? I'm going to twist it up a little bit and say, I know who this is for. And when you hear the title, this may be for you. But the title of this Uplift today is Healing is a Process. Healing is a process. And I just want you to give me just a few minutes and let me break this down to you. And I want you to share this with somebody, because this is something that needs to be talked about, especially in the church, because we know how to shout, we know how to dance, we know how to speak in tongues, we know how to have a good church service, but you would not believe how many broken, hurt, wounded, scarred, heavy people are in the service every Sunday, carrying on the motions, but they have not been healed. And that's why we need to talk about this today. So I'm not going to say I don't know who this is for, because I know who this is for. This is for those that's saying, I need to be healed, or I'm in the process of healing in this season. So I want you to pray with me as we go through this. The first thing I want to bring to your attention is the word process. What is a process? So it says this: a process is a series of actions or steps taken to achieve a particular goal or an outcome. This is what really brings this out. It says a series of actions or steps, which means that when you go through a process, there are steps that are being taken to get to a goal, which means you're not just going to just get to that goal overnight, but there are certain things you have to go through, some things you have to experience, some things that you have to encounter in order to reach the goal. So when we talk about healing, healing is a process. Because whatever wounded you and whatever scarred you, whatever upset you, whatever offended you, whatever abused you, whatever hurt you so bad, it did not happen overnight. But it was a process of things that took place that caused you to feel like, I don't think I can make it, caused you to feel that you're invaluable, caused you to feel that you can never love again, that you can never embrace life again because of all these things that happened. So watch this. Because it was a series of events that took place, it's going to be a series of steps that's going to have to be taken for you to get to that goal of healing. How many of you say healing is my goal? I want y'all to put that right there. Put that in the chat right here. Healing is my goal. My goodness, my goal, my overall outcome in this process is to reach the place of healing mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. I want to be healed so I don't get offended by things so easily. I want to be healed so I can love people for real. I want to be healed that when people walk out of my life, I don't have to break down and think that life is over. But because I've been healed from that, it's okay if the person is not in the picture anymore. Because as long as God is there and God is my healer, everything is going to be all right. But let's go to this next word, because what is healing? Watch this. And that's how I love words, because words just have a way of tying in with each other. It says that healing is the process of recovery. Oh my goodness. Healing is the process of recovery or restoration to a state of health, well-being, and normalcy after injury, after illness, after trauma, after. So the healing in order to be healed, you have to have been hurt. Oh my goodness. And maybe that's something that the church needs to admit. In order to seek healing, you have to know that you have been hurt. There had to have been something that happened in your life. There was something that happened along the path that hurt you. And so guess what? You can't shout it out. You can't dance it out. You can't speak in tongues it out. Come on, somebody. I know that wasn't right grammar. All right. But you can't church service it out. But you got to address, hey, I need healing because I was hurt. I need healing because I was wounded. I need healing because I was offended. I need healing because I was abused. When you get to the point where you can admit what hurt you, then that is the beginning process of the healing. Woo! So you can shout all day and you can dance all day, but guess what? There's a lot of people that's going through the motions, but they're hurt because the hurt has never been addressed. So now as we wrap this up, well, what is the process? The process starts with admitting that you have been hurt. And then once you have admitted that, then you got to forgive them and you got to forgive yourself. Don't beat yourself up for hurt that you weren't responsible for. Don't beat yourself up for situations that you had no control of. You got to move forward. That's part of your process. Now, in your healing process. God begins to remove the layers of hurt off of you. God begins to remove the offenses off of you. He begins to remove those emotions that had you so weighed down. He tried to show you how to move forward and let go of those things that's hindering you from running the race. One of the things that's hindering us is not coming away from the hurt or trying to act like the hurt never existed. Whew, so healing is a process, y'all, and we can talk about this all day, but I just wanted to give you this little bit alone. We're going to talk about it more on the broadcast next week, but I want you to know that healing is a process. How do I know that healing is a process? Because I am in that process, and God is still healing me from a lot of things in my life, but I am not where I used to be. Why? Because I am walking in the process of healing, because I have an overall goal that I want God to get me to, all right? So I want you all to be encouraged, be motivated, be uplifted. Most of all, I want you to be inspired. I hope just this little bit gave you some insight and started a conversation to where you say, guess what? Healing is my goal, and healing is a process. Be blessed. Share this video with your friends and neighbors, and I love you. God bless you.